sure, I'm not sure, but I hope everybody else can hear you as well. I'm going to leave it over to you now to take this discussion certainly in the right way.
Thank you, Peter, and congrats on pronouncing my last name. I know it's not an easy thing to do. So, it is my pleasure to be here today and share the spotlight with these 4 amazing talent experts, ladies who come from very different industries and bring to the table a specific background in what they do. So, without further ado, I will let them introduce themselves briefly before we jump into our topic.
Hi everyone, my name is Nevena Cvetković and I'm a talent development manager in Delta Holding. I was previously a selection and development manager in Delta Agrar and also an HR consultant that specialized in talent assessment and development. As a psychologist, I am very dedicated to creating a human-centric approach to recognizing, developing, and supporting talents in their career journeys. I am very happy to be here with all of you today, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to discuss this very important topic with my fellow panelists.
Great. Thank you, Nevena, for the introduction. Slađana, would you like to go next?
Yes. Hello, everyone from my side. My name is Slađana, and I'm the recruitment and sourcing manager at IKEA Southeast Europe. And no, we do not ask our candidates during the interview to take a seat on a chair that they assemble themselves. Joke aside, I'm more than 16 years in the world of HR, and I truly love every single day, whether good or bad, within those 16 plus years. Who knows, maybe that's the secret sauce of a long, and I would dare to say, successful HR career. So happy to be here with all of you today.
Great. Thank you, Slađana. Maybe we have 2 Jelenas left. So Jelena Šolajić, would you like to go first?
Yes, thanks a lot. Glad to be here today. My name is Jelena Šolajić, Head of Talent Management for Hemofarm Stada West Balkans. I'm leading all the talent activities from talent attraction to talent development, and more importantly, the amazing team of talent specialists. I'm also an industrial psychologist, passionate about innovation in HR. In a free time, I hope so, good listener and traveler, like to write a bit and read a lot. And unfortunately, still not good in playing chess, but still trying. This will be one of the New Year's resolutions. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And Jelena Stojanović.
Hello, ladies, and hello, everyone. It's my great pleasure to share stage with all of you. I'm just first between equal in my amazing HR team in Symphony, and also I'm graduated IT engineer in the HR world. In free time, I'm mother of 3 boys, ex-karate champion, and I'm using my sensei skill to gently unlock human potential between our employees and maybe to make them reach even impossible. So this is a topic that I like the most, and I hope so it will be interesting for all of you.
Great, thank you, Jelena. So without further ado, we will jump in straight to the point. And let's start with Jelena Šolajić. Can you tell us a little bit about getting talents to manage? Because in order to manage the best talent that we have to find a way to attract them, to attract the potential that we have, and to later develop it. How do you do it in Hemofarm?
Yes, Jovana, thanks a lot for bringing my favorite topic, actually. So, I would like to start with a story. My mom once asked me, what does this mean, head of talent management? What are you managing, actually, and how? And I said, well, Mom, pretty hard, because we really need to find them first. So I'm still there. So starting from the fact that 63% of recruiters says that it's a nightmare for them to find the right candidates today, which is not so big surprise, but it's a bigger surprise for me when I heard a few days ago that actually 76% of line managers said the same, that this is one of their biggest challenges in their work life. So this is the reason why I would like to share maybe one good example from Hemofarm and Stada West Balkans with you today. I would like to share the example related to our affiliate Stada IT, Stada Global Information Services. Basically, IT guys and girls covering with the information services whole Stada world. So, you know, IT profiles, but still inside a big corporation, not so easy to attract. So we're really faced with a low brand awareness. To be fully transparent, people didn't know who we are, what we are doing, what we are good at, and so on. And we decided to do some kind of a research, create the persona, realize what they want to hear, which channels, what kind of topics, created a social media plan, and hope for the best. Of course, not enough. So we realized that we need something bigger in order to create a real buzz in the market and to enhance our talent attraction of IT profiles mainly. So together with my HR business partner for IT, Katja, we proposed to our business colleagues to organize a first pharma hackathon in a region. And somehow to connect the topic really important for IT guys, technology, with our purpose of caring for people's health, basically. So we were lucky enough for this idea to be accepted at the end, but we ended up as our project leaders, which wasn't so easy, of course. So we organized a hackathon in September 2022, 40 hours event of eating, sleeping, hacking, innovating in the topic of digitalizing of home medical cabinet. And of course, put a lot of effort to provide a really good experience to these external participants. The target group was mediors and seniors. And also we had the mentors from our company. So we ended up with really good experience of participants. Really good feedback with the mentors because they learned a lot from these guys and girls. We ended up with 7 innovative solutions, real business innovative solutions on the topic, with the increase all social media metrics and of course enhanced talent attraction process because people started to think about us as a modern, agile, and innovative company. Of course, this is not done. The real impact on the talent attraction we will see in the coming month and years when we start receiving the real candidates from this case. But I wanted to share this today because for me, this was really hard. Because for me, it seemed that this is not HR role of organizing hackathon. Of course, this is not the first hackathon in the world. You heard it before, but one of the first organized by HR. So you can imagine how many questions we had during the journey, how many abbreviations we didn't understood, and so on. And of course, we felt a bit insecure. Can we do that? Is it a really HR role? Can we enhance the talent attraction based on this? But we had a really good support from a business colleagues, and they were really happy that HR came up with something which is not just talent attraction topic, but have another business value as well. Having the
we can definitely say it was a very innovative solution, having in mind the industry that you're covering as well. Great. Thank you, Jelena, so much. And now that we have attracted the right talent, how do we manage it? And maybe, Nevena, you can share your experience. How do you guys do it in Delta Holding?
So since Delta Holding is a very large and diverse system, we have several talent programs that include different talent pools and have different goals. In total, we have 4 talent programs. We have Young Leaders, Delta's Future, Delta's Experts, and Delta's Successors. Our probably well and best known program is Young Leaders. This is a program that is meant for young college-educated people who have very little to no previous work experience, but they carry a very strong leadership potential. Delta is famous for supporting young talents, so it is no surprise that this program has a very strong tradition. We are currently in the process of selecting candidates for the 11th generation of young leaders. The biggest advantage of this program is the fact that the chosen candidates are included in very realistic and real business activities from day one, because this is not an internship, it's a real job. They also get to work closely with very experienced mentors, and they are here to support them and guide them in their development journeys. Another big advantage is the fact that our young leaders are able to move through the system through rotations, which means they get to work in different sectors of our business. That allows them to gain a very well-rounded understanding of different areas and aspects of the business. they also go through very specifically designed talent programs where they get to have trainings and participate in special projects that are intended to help them develop a foundation of hard skills as well as soft skills that are necessary for future leaders in the contemporary business world. The first year of the program is focused on group activities, while the next phases of the program will be focused on more individually based activities, which are reliant on their specific developmental needs and their potential career paths that are best suited for them. Our next talent program is Delta's Future. This is a talent program that focuses on young talents that are already in our company. And these are people who have already achieved certain results and have been recognized as high potential employees who are the future leaders in our company. The training programs are, of course, on a more complex level and are focused on developing a more advanced level of leadership skills. They also are included in individual coaching. They have more complex projects, and they also have the opportunity to lead and mentor their young colleagues. The next phase of the project will be strongly reliant on their individual career plans and their specific developmental needs. So we will be able to support them in their future endeavors in our company. I also have to say this is my favorite project because I'm actually one of the members of this talent program. The next talent program is Delta's Experts, and we are very proud of this talent program because it focuses on the employees who carry the expertise and knowledge base in our company. What is interesting about this program is the fact that its members were specifically chosen and nominated by their colleagues based on their vast knowledge and experience and their willingness to share this knowledge with others. So they have a key role in our company's knowledge management. We are also very proud of this project because it actually provides alternative career paths, which are not all directed towards leadership. Not everyone necessarily sees themselves in leadership roles in the future. So by developing this program, we are allowing our talents to follow different career paths where they can develop either as leaders or as experts. And both of these paths are equally important for our company, and we support them whichever path they end up choosing. The first phase of the project consisted of organizing live chats with our experts. These chats were open to all of our employees, and they were organized each Friday during the summer, which is why we call them our Summer with Experts. During this time, we had the opportunity to learn more about their careers, hear some very useful and insightful advice on career development, and we also had the opportunity to learn about their personal lives. This is something that is especially important in our company because we care about real human connections, and we also care about both the professional and the personal well-being of our employees. The next phase in the project will be focused on helping our experts share their knowledge with others in a more formal and structured way through different channels and methods. And last but not least, we have Delta Successors. This is, of course, the most advanced talent program, and it is based on our succession planning process. It is focused on the employees who are next in line, so to speak, for the key roles and positions in our company. And our job here, or our primary focus, is to help them and prepare them for taking over these roles. And as a final remark, I would like to add that all of our talent programs are very strongly reliant on regular feedback and two-way communication between all included parties. So we are here to listen to our employees and make sure that they are happy with their progress. And we are also here to improve and modify any aspects of these talent programs based on their feedback, so we can find and implement the right solutions by using an agile methodology.
Great. Thank you, Nevena. Having in mind the size of the company and the industries you cover, you offer a lot of different opportunities for people in the company to develop themselves. Great. Thank you. Slađana, at IKEA, you have a unique talent management approach. Everyone is seen as a talent, is something you like to say. Can you tell us more about it and how it works in an organization with more than 3,500 co-workers within Southeast Europe?
Excellent. Thanks, Jovana. Of course, at IKEA, we say that everyone is a talent, everyone is a learner, and everyone can lead. So these three beliefs are the core and essence of our talent approach. Why? because simply we believe in people so much that there is no any other way that suits better who we are and what we want to achieve. The success of IKEA as an organization depends on everyone and all of us. How we earn trust as a home furnishing brand, as a home furnishing retailer on our journey to meet and engage with more and more of the many people across the world will always reflect how we act and work together inside IKEA. And inside IKEA, I can let you know, each of us is important. No exception. So I started saying that the essence of our talent approach is that each of us is seen as a talent and as a contributor to the growth of IKEA. Yet everything starts with the way how we source, select, assess, hire, and onboard the right talent. In other words, it all starts with attracting and hiring the right talent. So before anything you do within the talent management, know who are your talents that you're trying to attract and retain. At IKEA, it's clear we're looking for down-to-earth, engaged, honest, and innovative talents, passionate about creating a better life at home for the many people. We at IKEA say we recruit people, not CVs, meaning that we care not just about what people have done in the past, but also about how they can contribute to the future. We recruit diverse people, as individual uniqueness makes us better. But above all, we recruit people who live by our values, the values which are the heart and the compass of our ways of being and doing things. The values are our superpower and the most important things we look for in anyone wanting to join IKEA. So besides everyone is seen as a talent, I also mentioned at IKEA we believe that everyone is a learner. Well, once hired and welcomed and onboarded to the organization, everyone has the possibility to learn, grow, and reach their best potential. And when we speak about learning, we believe that learning is so much more than simply training, since our daily work is a living source of knowledge. We learn by doing, we learn by evaluating the results of our work, by giving and receiving feedback, by sharing experiences, both good examples as well as mistakes. We truly nurture our knowledge through learning from our customers, from our business partners, from our communities, from all of you here present on this conference these days, because learning is a never-ending journey. We really and truly believe that all our 3,508 co-workers within Southeast Europe can learn, grow, and develop. So we're offering them a world of different opportunities and different ways to create a positive impact on IKEA and the society. For example, some of us are assembling furniture for homes for displaced people from Ukraine and from all around the world. Some of us are even learning how to keep bees, and yet all of us are all in for equality, diversity, and inclusion. Everyone within IKEA really is empowered to drive their own development by creating their individual development plans. Individual development plans within our performance talks that are becoming more frequent touch points between the manager on one side and the coworker on the other side, rather than once per year appraisal. That's why we provide full support. We have open access to various learning platforms, available mentoring, coaching sessions, literally for everyone within the organization. Helping all co-workers to develop their skills, their ambitions, their dreams. It's not only a right thing to do, but it's also a good business practice. As the more people know, the more engaged they are. And the more engaged they are, they have greater impact on customer satisfaction. Because happy coworker means happy customers. So our coworker growth ultimately helps IKEA to create a better everyday life for the many people. Plus, being a learning organization is part of what we stand for as a purpose-driven employer with a true this altruistic, humanistic approach. Finally, besides everyone is a talent, everyone is a learner. I also mentioned that everyone can lead. Yes, all of us in IKEA are trusted and have freedom and responsibility to lead, regardless of where we come from, regardless of our background, identity, whatever role, position, or assignments we have. Because our leadership approach at IKEA is inclusive, value-based, and by all. Why? Inclusive? Well, because this sense of belonging and togetherness is what brings out the best in people. Value-based, because I already mentioned, values are at the heart of everything we do. And by all, as it takes leadership from each one of us to create this positive movement in our business. Because each of us can make a difference and contribute to the business by taking ownership, by making decisions, by leading by example. So that's why we encourage each other to dream big and believe in ourselves, as various strategies and business plans and action plans will only come to life if we are all curious, motivated, inspired to act, and above all, empowered to lead.
Great.
To finish off, how do we know that we are successful? Well, the success of our approach is followed, as we all do, through various people, KPIs, goals, and yet all of them, they contribute to IKEA being recognized as a great place to work by the many talents, where the culture and values are living reality. IKEA is really so much more than a job, as together we make our future. And that's why everyone is seen as a talent, is more than just an approach.
Thank you, Slađana. Very nice way to put it. And we talked about pharmaceutical industry, we talked about retail industry, we talked about holding industry, but we cannot finish this conversation without the IT industry. So Jelena, can you please tell us about Symphony? You guys are using profiling and key competencies approach in order to create the individual and the team development plans. So can you walk us through it and tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, actually, it's always insightful to hear experiences from different industries. And as HR in IT, we are trying to understand a lot of IT methodologies, if I can say like that. So analyzed education about design thinking, we were learning about that, to hear as much as possible from the different industries, to explore that and to implement such kind of experiences in IT. In Symphony, as a talent-powered organization, we combine a strategic and robust analysis of the dominant strengths and areas for development with a practical approach to reveal the best ways to recruit, manage, engage, and retain people. So with the help of the information provided in our profiling report, so we are combining different psychological tests of ability and personality, and we are discovering the candidate's strengths, area for development, as well as the level of independence and leadership potential. And with that, we can place the talent at the heart of our business strategy and make our leaders and line managers accountable for engaging employees. So once we have a demand for forming a new team for a specific client or project, we combine this individual data into something we call a team skill matrix and use it to organize a pre-assessment workshop with the future team. So during this workshop, we are checking on a team members' dominant roles, cohesion, and decision-making. As a result, business get a detailed report with a concrete action plan for individual and team development. And for our teams, we have a custom-made development program where through a series of different coaching workshops, we are coming to a team agreement, which include team identity. It's like a team subculture, which is in line with our company system of values, health signs and signals, and psychological safety. In parallel, we are covering individual needs through direct and indirect development programs like our Skills Up, different mentorship program, and Leadership Academy. So we have been using this strategy for more than a year, and there is a visible connection between our company culture and performance, which leads us to higher engagement and motivation of our employees. On the other side, having so many insights in advance give us as HR many facts to take calculated risks when needed to make a good decision. In IT, IT is a fast-changing industry, and you need to be prepared to make good and timely decisions and to be prepared to make it. So having as much as possible information before that is giving you better opportunity to make a good decision. So with this approach, talented individuals became a strategic resource whose engagement leads to excellence in the organizational performance, which was proved by our latest NPS score. It was 86, and the results of our semi-annual well-being survey. It makes me to ask myself the same questions from time to time. Is there a real intrinsic connection between company culture and performance? And is it really impossible to measure the effects of our talent development activities, or we can justify and prove return of investment? I believe that with a carefully planned strategic approach that aligns with the business needs, we can be a great partner and bring a huge value to the business, which is probably the main goal in all our industries.
Great. Thank you, Jelena, so much. So kind of to summarize everything that you have mentioned today, in order to find the right talent to manage, we need to be agile and open-minded to kind of explore different opportunities and ways to attract the right talent. And then once we have them through the series of different assessments and profiling, we can basically find the best program for them to manage them and to use their skills in the best way possible so they feel like they are advancing, but also they can help the company advance in the future. I think that you have shared many wonderful strategies that our listeners will be able to kind of try and use in their organizations as well. We also have some questions in the chat, so I will ask you, what kind of a program would you recommend for a smaller company, let's say maybe around 15 people or so? Who would like to go first? If anyone has any examples, straightforward.
So I guess I can try to sort of share my perspective. I would suggest if it's a smaller company, especially if it is maybe a startup or something that is just being formed and created, first you should try identifying what are the key competencies or skills that your employees need to have, and you can grow from there. So you can first provide the training activities or other development activities that will support those competencies. And later on, if the company grows further and if the business grows further, you can make basically all of the talent programs that we mentioned today, but maybe on a smaller scale. So you can still have career paths, you can still have individual development plans, but sort of starting from your core competencies and skills and values, that's kind of the first step.
Great.
Yeah,
Anyone?
I would like to add, for the smaller company, it's really important to know what is the business goal and what is the business need. And to create development program, not only what are our needs for development, but what are our capabilities. My previous company, we often has a lot of needs for development, but we didn't have capabilities of our senior people and leaders to develop others. So probably ask to yourself those kind of the questions and then decide which kind of the program you will offer to the people.
Thank you. Slađana, did you want to add something maybe?
Well, from my side, beside what the colleagues already mentioned, of course, I would always go with the test and try. So whatever happens, test, try, experiment, make mistakes, learn from mistakes, see what is the most suitable program for your company. And that is the way to create the innovation part. Otherwise, there will be no innovation. But completely agree, yes, to start with analyzing the business objective, the business needs, and then to go back towards defining the program itself.
Great. And Jelena, Šolajić, would you like to maybe add something?
Yeah, maybe just one sentence from my side. Really good question. I would just add that you also need to do some kind of examination of the employees' needs, basically. Because if you say, like, this is the business objective, this is the business strategy, this is where are we going, but you can also always take a few minutes and ask your employees specifically, what do you need more? What do you like to see more? In which way, through which formats, and so on, because sometimes they tend to know better.
Great. And since we have still some time left, maybe you would like to share with the audience some mistakes you've made during the process of managing talents, and how did you maybe resolve them and moved forward for them? Just so they can maybe learn from your mistakes as well.
If my fellow panelists, I'm very happy today to participate, so I'm active. Okay, so basically we had this year focused on reconceptualizing our Young Leaders program. And we were focused on adjusting this program so it is more in line with the needs of new generations that are just now joining the workforce. And we designed special training programs for them. And based on their feedback, we sort of recognized that maybe not all of these activities were best for them in this stage of their career. They said that these activities were interesting and engaging, but maybe they would be more useful in the next phase of their career when they have more experience and more well-rounded understanding of the business. So by listening to their feedback, we were able to adjust and to change these activities. So we are now focused more on creating this foundation of hard skills and soft skills that they will need for the contemporary business world today. And basically, I would like to add to what Slađana said, that we're not always right. We don't always know everything, but we are here to listen to what our employees really want and need. And through using agile methodologies, we can find and implement the right solutions quickly.
Mm-hmm. Perfect, thank you. Jelena, Šolajić, do you maybe have some example like this as well?
Yes, I have almost the same. So this is the reason why I would like to share. We actually tried to implement some talent attraction tool, and we were so happy about this, amazed by the infrastructure, by the look, design, and everything. And after some time, when we actually decided that it's not about us, it's about external audience, and they really need to like it, we faced with the fact that they don't like it, actually. So this is the reason why I'm sharing this, because you really need, before launching, before going deeper with the project, to check who is your target group and what they would like to hear, know, and like, because this is crucial.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. And maybe Jelena, would you like to add something more before we jump to one more question that we just got?
No, I would like to give time for the question of her.
Okay, then you can start by answering the question from the audience, which is, what is your approach if an employee has a negative experience within the company, with the company culture, let's say?
Let's be honest, this is not like something new. It's like elephant in the room that no one is speaking about, but many people have negative experience even in the company where they are, or in the previous company when it comes to kind of the any kind of talent development programs. And why it is happening? So many times I heard in my career that people are saying, "Oh, I went on that training because I needed to." You know, it was like HR just give it to me to go there. And it's not something that you need to take as a negative response in a moment. So the most important thing is that people want to go on any kind of development activities, and how they will want to go. You need to make some kind of the close connection with them, to inspire them, and to make them understand that there is a value between in front of that training. And how? Because we need to be self-aware. And so many times the problem with such experiences was that people are not self-aware where they are. And from my point of view, the biggest way is to make people be open for learning and self-aware for that. And then it's the right time for the training. So probably the right answer on this question is when an employee has a negative experience, give them a time to become self-aware what they need to learn and how they can grow as a person, not as a professional first. And after them, offer them a certain training.
Mm-hmm. Nice approach. Anyone else would like to add something? Or maybe show a different way to handle this situation? Slađana, you see.
Yes, I just wanted to say that, of course, the corporate values, the company values are super important. That's why we even paid a lot of attention when we say who are the talents that we want to attract and hire. Everything starts from there, because it should be a perfect match between the personal and the company values. Otherwise, at one point, there will be some kind of a mismatch points, because our values are the everyday reality. We spend at work so much time, so it should be a living reality. We get in energy, we get inspiration by work together, especially in IKEA. So it's very difficult probably for the employees itself if they feel some kind of an issue and not matching part with the company values. Of course, the support is there real. We try to engage, we try to motivate, we try to inspire, and so on and so on. But at one point, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So from that point of view, everybody needs to be really happy where this person works and lives. Let's call it like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. And Nevena, how do you handle this situation in your company?
Well, like Jelena said, this happens. So basically, in the case when it does happen, we try to sort of have this human approach. So we try to listen to this person. Negative feedback and negative emotions are normal. So we try to understand what is the problem, what can we do to help. So we don't act like, we don't disregard the person and we don't disregard the negative feedback. So we really try to understand what is the issue and what we can do to help them feel better. Mm-hmm. Also, something that we are developing in our company is this culture of ownership, which you will be able to hear more about on Thursday from our head of HR, Jovana Hadži-Tanović. But I'm just going to give a short preview. Basically, we are empowering all of our employees to have a more strategic relationship with their own development, both professional and personal. So they see these development activities as something that they are intrinsically motivated for and not something that is imposed on them. So they choose these activities, and that way the chance of a negative reaction or some type of resistance is basically minimal.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And Jelena, would you like to add something as well from your experience?
Yeah, I would like just to say that I really like this word ownership, because this is what I wanted basically to mention. In this case, first, I would be always asking employee, okay, what we can do as a group, but what you can do as an individual, because employees are part of the company culture. This is not something like outside of him and her. We are all somehow responsible to build it and to make it better. So always hearing the feedback and then together creating some kind of actions, what can be done in the individual level, but also what can be done in the group level as well.
So we can agree on the fact that when an employee has a negative experience within the company, we acknowledge it, we try to work with it, but we also kind of share the responsibility for it. So it's not just the company's responsibility for this negative experience, but the person has also to be aware of the values and the culture that he or she joined, and to try just kind of decide for him or herself whether it's something that he or she wants to be a part of or maybe not. So that can be maybe a way to put it. Perfect. Thank you so much. We still have, I think, 1 minute until the end of this session. If there is anything else that you maybe want to share with the audience and we didn't get a chance to in the previous few minutes, please feel free to.
Maybe I can share just one sentence for all of you to be bold when you go back to your organization and think innovative and feel free to try new ideas.
Great, thank you.
For all these questions here.
I'm going to step in now, Jovana. Well done, fantastic. Well done on shaping this conversation, this healthy discussion moving forward. Well done on everyone sharing their ideas. Thank you so much, and naturally those of you who asked questions as well. So thank you so much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have what we're going to do. We're going to have a break.